Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Are you tired of the same old blah, 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 blah from the media? Do you like unfiltered commentary? Would you like to go back to the days when our rights meant something? Well, you've come to the right place. Crisco's Corner. The fight to get back the ideals of our founders will be long and hard. Please support the channel by subscribing. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. Loeffler to object to certification of presidential election results. This is I believe, a Fox exclusive. This is the only media she talked to tonight. Now, I know her opponent refused to come on. That was his opportunity to come on. Mr. Warnock, he had a chance to come on, but refused. I like her style. Now, if this was a normal neocon or progressive, they would go, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got to look at the evidence. And she says, no, I am going to object. Exclusive. Georgia Republican Silly Kelly Loeffler will object to certifying the results at least one state during Wednesday's Electoral College vote by Congress, Fox News has learned. I'm assuming it'll be Georgia, but Pennsylvania is also a likely candidate. The joint session of Congress to certify the Electoral College result is set to occur just a day after Georgia's highly anticipated Senate runoff elections, pitting Loeffler against Democrat Raphael Warnock and Senator David Perdue against Democrat John Ossoff. They're both very conservative, and both of their opponents are very progressive. It's both ends of the spectrum. Elections are the bedrock of our democracy, and the American people to be 100% confident in our election system and its outcomes. But right now, tens of millions of Americans have real concerns about the way in which the November presidential election was conducted. And I shared their concerns after sending a statement to Fox News on Monday. Well, all you out there going, well, it's Trump. He's the one that got everybody worked up. He's the one that did the fake news and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of evidence out there, folks. It just nobody chose to hear it. Nobody chose to hear it, excuse me. It should be heard. And the Supreme Court is partly to blame for this. They said no. They could have heard the case and voted against it. But they didn't want to do that. They want to play both ends of the middle and refuse it on a procedural matter. The founders of this country are turning over in their graves, especially James Madison. I can just see if he was here now what he would say. He would go, what? You didn't hear the case? Cowardly bastards. That's why we gave you lifetime appointment. It's amazing to me. The American people deserve a platform in Congress permitted under the Constitution to have elections issues presented so they can be addressed, Loeffler continued. That's why on January 6th, I will vote to give President Trump and the American people the fair hearing they deserve and support the objection to the Electoral College certification process. Loeffler added that she already introduced legislation to establish a commission to investigate election irregularities and recommended election integrity measures. We must restore trust, confidence, and integrity in our election system. That's true, and it's not Trump's fault. It's the Democrats' fault. And in part, I'll say COVID, even though that isn't a person. But the Democrats went way, way too far with this COVID stuff, and they knew what would happen. They thrive on chaos. They've always done well in a crisis and in chaos. That's been their MO since, well, let's go back to Lincoln. A source familiar with Loeffler's thinking told Fox News she will likely object to the certification of Georgia's presidential election results and left the possibility open that Loeffler could object to others as well. Oh, I see. Since she confirmed one, they said they might do others. Loeffler won on November 3rd against her GOP rival, Representative Doug Collins, in a Georgia special race, which led to Tuesday's runoff contest. The source also told Fox News that Loeffler will object on her own. not as part of the Senator Ted Cruz's Electoral Commission we introduced over the weekend. On Saturday, Cruz of Texas and a group of other Republican senators said they would object to the certification unless there was an emergency 10-day out of the results by an electoral commission, which they should have done even though they're still counting votes 10 days, 2 weeks after the election, which is asinine. But even then, also last month, Senator Josh Hawley, Republican of Missouri, said he would object to, at the very least, the results in Pennsylvania. Loeffler's commitment comes just hours before Georgians visit the polls to cast their ballots on Tuesday in races in which the Senate balance of power will be decided. There's a ton of people voted already. I give her credit, though, for having guts. Stick by your convictions. Sometimes that'll kill you, and sometimes that helps you, but you got to admire it nonetheless. And Loeffler's likely objection to Georgia's results come after President Trump had a phone call with Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger, which he urged him to find votes to reverse the state's election results. That's not really accurate. And I'm telling people, don't walk away from Fox News. But when they say make statements like that, I heard the audio. He said, listen, we were cheated out of hundreds of thousands of votes. All I really have to find are 13,000. That's what he said. During the call, according to audio obtained by the Washington Post, the president said, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is more than we have, because we won the state. Yeah, because we won it by several 100,000. That's all we need to have. He didn't say, find me those. It's not the same. According to the Post, later added, so what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. In other words, he's thinking to himself, I won by a couple 100,000. I've got the evidence right here. All I need is 11,000, 12,000. Come on, give me a break. I'm not asking for the 200,000, 300,000 that I think were not valid. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. You know, I blame Trump for his mouth sometimes, but this one he's just talking. And whoever leaked it out, the Secretary of State for the state of Georgia, should be impeached for leaking this out. Georgia's certification election results show that Trump's Democratic opponent, Joe Biden, won the state November 3rd by 11,779. Give me a break. We're disappointed the Secretary of State and his staff secretly recorded and released a confidential statement. Discussion has settled the two impending lawsuits, Trump's attorney, Kurt Herbold, said Monday. While they may think their behavior is appropriate, we do not. Consequently, we will not be commenting on settlement discussions. Meanwhile, the Georgia government source told Fox News that Trump tried to contact Raffensperger 18 times before Saturday's call. It's, there's a lot of Republicans that hate Trump too. They're part of the swamp. They're part of the old neocons. Just like the progressives are cutting out and throwing out what I would call the moderate, normal Democrats. The John Kennedy Democrats are getting exhumed from the party. Unless, of course, they toe the party line, the new party line. Democrats are blasting the president for his conduct on the call. No. With Dick Durbin of Illinois saying his disgraceful effort to intimidate an elected official and deliberately changing and misleading legally confirmed vote totals in this state strikes at the heart of our democracy and merits nothing less than a criminal investigation. Dick. I'll not even call you Senator Durbin. Dick. And I use that term loosely. There's 16 days left. You ass. What investigation. Oh, they want an investigation right away, but couldn't get one the day after the election in November, though. On Monday, Democrat Representatives Ted Lieu of California, oh, he's a beauty, and Catherine Rice of New York sent a criminal referral to the FBI claiming the president solicited election fraud during the call. Nothing of this sort. Yeah, he's pissed. I would be too. The FBI confirmed to Fox News that they received a letter from Lieu and Rice, but declined to comment further. President Trump has refused to concede to President-elect Joe Biden, and his campaign has launched a number of legal challenges. The president has urged states with Republican governors and legislators to overturn Biden's victories. But while the Trump campaign has challenged the results in dozens of lawsuits, judges in multiple states have shut them down. That's not true. There's less than 5, I believe, lawsuits coming from the Trump campaign period. See, this is where people are leaving Fox. People are leaving Fox. They used to report the news accurately. Yeah, there's been a lot of lawsuits concerning the election that were shot down, no question. But a very small amount came from the Trump campaign. But while the president's campaign has challenged the results of those lawsuits, okay, we shot them down. Attorney General Bill Barr told the Associated Press last month, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that would have affected a different outcome in the election because there was no investigation. I saw a video today on YouTube, I believe it was in Georgia, of an individual, a lady, counting the same stack of ballots 4 times. And then when the supervisor that was right there by her saw the camera was on, he's a pretty good-sized guy, so he got up and he stood between her and the camera. I mean, there was no editing. There was no splicing. I watched her. Now say, well, that is enough to turn the election. But how do you know these things didn't go on all over the place? We're never going to find out. Meanwhile, 2 House Republican officials told Fox that more than 100 GOP House members will object to the election results in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Wisconsin. Yeah, I think those are the states that they really pushed what they did, the Democrats. They smell blood, and they are sharks. And this is the one thing that I'll criticize Republicans for, and they have been like this for decades, maybe even a century, but at least decades. They have no spine. They don't fight back. These Democrats, even before the progressive wave took them over, they fight like hell and they cheat like hell. They always have, they always will. That's their MO. That's fine. I used to be one for a long time. I was a local elected official. I know what they do. I know what they do. The end justifies the means because they think they're right. And Republicans very rarely fight back. And now Trump has showed them how. How do you fight back? He showed them. So we're going to see tomorrow. Actually, tell you the truth, I'm not sure if it's going to end tomorrow, but we're going to have a whole lot better idea where things stand by tomorrow night. Okay, folks. Until next time, oh gosh, pray, pray, pray. I pray for this country and I pray to uphold the Constitution. Make me sigh. Until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.